As far back as 1839, witnesses in Michigan City, Indiana were reporting a wild child near Fish Lake. Today we would call such a creature as Bigfoot. My name is Zach D. Sterick. I am the team leader and the co-founder of the Southern Illinois Monster Hunters team established back in 2015.
And keep your arms and feet and legs and head inside the ride at all times. Otherwise, put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye.
And the ratio difference between the length of the arms and the legs between Patty and a human. With humans, it's 40%. With Patty here, her arm and leg size ratio is only 20%. But I measured this footprint to be approximately 1.25 inches deep into the shale rock in the sandbar. The 3 green pins in this thing, I call the Sasquatch triangle. There's something very, very out of the ordinary, but it's something really weird. That all these reports that happen in the inside of that perimeter of that triangle, there's 5 legs. It all started back whenever I was 9 or 10 years old, and I heard the scream of the Sasquatch for the first time in Randolph County, Illinois. And we was getting ready to go inside, and I heard a howl outside amongst the coyotes. It wouldn't be until 10 years later, or whenever I'm just surfing through the web, I'm on YouTube, and I find a call that was recorded in Ohio back in 1994 by Matt Moneymaker of the BFRO, and it was darn near accurate, the same thing that I heard whenever I was 9 years old.
Patterson and Gimlin tracked the creature for miles, but never saw it again. And that's where the trail ended and the controversy began.
It started as a mission to find closure for what I had actually encountered whenever I was young. And then it turned into a mission to prove, that Bigfoot does exist in Southern Illinois and around the world.
So, can you tell me a little bit kind of about what we should expect tonight?
Really, I can't tell you. Never go in on a night hunt with a set game plan except getting out alive.
On trail to hunt for Bigfoot.
I'm a little nervous. I was brushing it off all morning and leading up to this, but after that meeting and the stories he told about having to fire his gun at Bigfoots or in the air to ward off Bigfoots, now I'm a little nervous.
If you had to guess which of us isn't coming out of the woods tonight, who would you put your money on?
Whoever doesn't run the fastest.
There's a lot of build up to an actual night hunt. You got to gather reports. You really got to go and do your research, learn your wildlife, learn your terrain, the history of the area.
They are pack hunters.
Okay.
Of course, I have seen one here a couple years ago whenever I was out deer hunting. Saw one pull down a buck.
Whoa.
Come run right up along beside of that buck in full stride.
Where I do a lot of my night hunts, I know there's activity. I've found signs of them. I've found footprints in the area. I've found the teepee structures. I've heard the calls. I've seen them in that area. Whenever it gets down to the actual investigation, you've just got to go and really open your senses in the dark.
Where we stop for now, and we get until it gets really dark. Then we'll start back, and there's a path where we're going to cut up through the woods.
I believe, with there being the 7 of us that were there in a group, it was more of an intimidation factor where instead of them having us under their thumb, we had them under our thumb. The old saying, strength in numbers, really come into play last night. And I was surprised what we got just on the actual encounters that we had.
I saw him, bright blue glowing eyes looking right at me.
Something walking straight ahead. Heavy footsteps.
See that?
That's not a person. I'm telling you, there's one right there, straight ahead, and there's one right over here.
Yeah, but this one was over here on our left.
We just heard a loud slam of something right to the right of us, pretty close. And we heard a whoop whoop in the other direction.
Coming from over there.
I think it was in the making of a tree structure that we interrupted over here.
Tree structure?
There's in the
You think it was building one?
Yeah, I think that's what I heard running away.
Yeah, maybe it dropped whatever it was holding.
No, I wasn't.
This is a territory marker, I believe, or it's a showing of strength of one that's possibly in the area, or was. We heard howls, we heard whoops, we heard tree knocks.
There's stuff moving. That's not over here. Back in there.
There's a place where we can cross, and I can show you where the tree and the real big bend is. What we found last night, that was gold.
The tree, it's bent all the way over.
Oh, yeah, cut log. That's kind of too clean of a bend to be a person. That's very, very rare that you will find a structure. It took something of intelligence and something with thumbs to actually go and build that structure. In my honest opinion, if this doesn't prove that something big, hairy, and upright roams the forests of southern Illinois, I don't know what would.